seen us lolly. We be working all day long to push us money. We ain't playing no games. Sabatabi, Lani.
Hello guys, I hope you are good. We are still continuing with trigonometry. This is the very broad chapter. It is easy. It contains a lot of marks in paper 2. So we are going to do this question. This is question that we are going to do today. We are given 4 tan alpha plus 5 equals to 0, where alpha is the element from 0 degrees to 180 degrees. You see that alpha is bigger than 0 degrees but less than 180 degrees. Evaluate without using a calculator. Root 41 cos alpha minus 4 sine into negative 150 degrees times cos 180 degrees. Remember, I'm going to start here. Since I'm given 4 tan alpha plus 5 equals to 0, so the first thing that I need to do here is to isolate tan. So I'm going to transpose 5 to this side. So I'm going to have 4 tan alpha is equal to negative 5. Then you divide both sides by what? By 4. So if you divide both sides by 4, so that tan alpha negative 5 over 4. Understand? So then we try to draw the diagram, because we need because since we see that we have cos, we have sine, but this one does not we won't have a problem here. We will have a problem here. We need your hypotenuse, because tan is an opposite over adjacent. So I'm going to do my diagram here. Remember guys, in this case now we have the restriction. So the restriction says that alpha is the element of, remember 0 is not included, 280 degrees. This can be written as alpha is bigger than 0 but less than 180 degrees. So we have 0 degrees here, we have 90 degrees here, we have 180 degrees here, we have 270 degrees here, we have 360. And tan, guys, is negative. So we know that tan is negative on which quadrant? Is negative here and here. So, and also the restriction says 0 to 180, they are not included. So which means where we are going to draw our diagram, we are not here, guys. And we are not here because tan is positive in first quadrant. So which means I'm going to draw my diagram in second quadrant. So I'm going to have 90 here. I'm going to have alpha. Then tan, if I apply soccer, Toya, tan is opposite over adjacent. So your opposite in this case, it's 5. Your adjacent is minus 4. Then you want to find this r using Pythagoras. So I'm going to say r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. My r I don't know. My x is negative 4 plus 5 squared. Then you can introduce the square root here. So therefore r, this is going to be 16. This is going to be 25. Then 16 plus 25, you'll get 41. So your r is going to be square root of 41. So we have 41 here. Now we can try to answer this question. So if we answer, so I'm going to drop this question down, guys. So if we answer this question, we have square root of 41. Then we need to check cos alpha. The value of cos alpha, guys, the value of cos alpha. Cos is an adjacent over hypotenuse. So this is your adjacent, this is your hypotenuse. So it's going to be negative 4 over square root 41. So we know that sine into a negative angle, sine comes out positive. So this negative will affect this negative. Then you'll get positive 4 sine 150. So 150, guys, is the same as 180 minus 30. And so times cos 180 degrees is negative 1. So I'm going to have negative 1 here. So this root 141 will cancel this one. Then I'm left with negative 4. Then plus 4. This one is going to be sine 30 times negative 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, we know that this is negative 4. So, negative times a positive is negative 4, because 1 times 4 is going to be 4. Then sine 30 is going to be half. So, negative 4 times half. So, we're going to put this negative 4. So, negative 4 times half is negative 2. So, negative 4 minus 2. So, it's negative 6. So, the value of this equation, the value of this expression is going to be negative 6. Understand? So we go to the next one. So what we have here, we are given this question. They are saying if for tan theta is equal to 3, where theta is bigger than 180 degrees but less than 360, determine without using a calculator and with the aid of a diagram sin theta plus cos theta, 4 marks, tan 2 theta, that's 5 marks. So I need to isolate tan first, guys. So I have 4 tan theta before I consider the restriction. First, I need to isolate a tan. So I'm going to divide by 4 both sides. So which is tan alpha is equal to 3 over 4. Understand? So then I consider the diagram. So I make my sketch here. So I just want you to notice the difference between the trigonometric value represented by letter. So here we don't have the letter. If we don't have the letter on this side, we have to consider the restriction. So we have 0 degrees, we have 90, we have 180, we have 270, we have 360 degrees. So this is tan, guys, and it's positive. So we know that tan, guys, is positive on this quadrant and the third quadrant. So we know that, guys, with our values of alpha, of theta, is the element from 180 degrees to 360 degrees. So which means, guys, I cannot draw my diagram here because tan is negative here. So I'm going to draw my diagram here on which quadrant? Third quadrant. Then I'm going to have theta here. So tan is opposite over hypotenuse. If I apply Soccer Toya, so your opposite, it's what? So your opposite, this one, guys. So your opposite here is going to be minus 3. Your adjacent is going to be negative 4. Then you want to find this one using Pythagoras, because a negative divided by negative will also give us a positive. So this one is going to be r squared is equal to x squared plus y squared. So we don't know r. Your x is negative 4. So your y is negative 3. So which is r squared? We know that 4 will give us 16, 3 will give us 9. So 9 plus 16, which is 25. Then introduce the square root, so which is equal to 5. So in this case, your r is 5. Remember, your hypotenuse is always a positive. So we can try to answer number 1 a given sine theta plus a cos theta. So sine alpha, guys, sine theta, sine is the opposite over hypotenuse. So your opposite in this case is -3, your hypotenuse is 5, plus cos is an adjacent over hypotenuse, so it's going to be -4 over 5. So this is -3 over 5, so positive times negative is -4 over 5. So can you see the numerators, -3 minus 4, so which is -9 over 5. So that's the answer for number 1. Then number 2, they want tan 2. So number 2, they want tan 2 theta. So guys, we know that tan 2 theta is the same as sine 2 theta over cos 2 theta. We can break this one into a double angles, so to be 2 sine theta cos theta. So here cos 2 theta have 3 personalities. We can take any of we can take maybe a 2 cos squared theta minus 1, or you can take cos squared theta minus sine squared theta. So I'm going to take 2 cos squared theta minus 1. So bear in mind guys, this will not cancel this one. Understand? You have to apply the laws of maths. But if we were not having this -1, we are going to say, okay, this 2 is going to cancel this 2, and the cos is going to cancel the cos. But now we are not, we cannot do that. So it's the same as if we have sine theta over cos theta. You cannot say theta cancel theta. You say s cancel s. So you will left in over cos, which you're gonna make your teacher sad. So we don't want that. So guys, we're gonna substitute here. We have 2. Remember our sine, we said sine is -3 over 5, times the cos, we said cos is -4 over 5, over 2. Then we said cos again is -4 over 5 squared minus 1. So if you press this one in your calculator, it's going to be 2 into -3 over 5 to -4 over 5, which is 24 over 25. Okay, let's continue here. We have 24 over 25 divided by this. So I'm going to have 16 divided by 25, which is 32 times this 2. So which is 32 over 25 minus 1. I'm going to have 7 over 25. Then we have 24 over 25. Then we do the reciprocal here, which is going to be times 25 over 7. So this will cancel this one. Then your final answer is going to be 24 over 7. So thank you guys for watching. If you didn't subscribe, don't forget to subscribe. Please tell us how do you feel about our lessons. Thank you very much. Enjoy.